Hello everyone, my name is Serge. I present LUX-RC laboratory here in Moscow, and today I'm gonna show you the new development, the light engines 371 and 372 version 2.0, and I will show the most critical features of this engine with this tiny flashlight. We call it MINION just because of its size. It's quite small, nearly the same size as the battery inside, you can see. And what's interesting with this flashlight is its construction. It's twisted flashlight, and for many respects the operation of this flashlight is the most tricky. But in this video I will go through the most critical and interesting aspects of the new user interface. So let's get it started. The first thing I would like to explain is standby mode. Why it's the first? Just because it may be embarrassing for people who just bought this flashlight, put the battery inside and switch it on and no operation. And it should be like this because this is standby mode. In fact, you can see blinking. We call this blinking red blinking. No, we call it not red blinking, we call it locator beacon. Why beacon and why locator? Because it helps you to locate this flashlight in dark environments, like in dark room. You can see where it is by this blinking. And this blinking is configurable. If you don't like it, you can switch it off with special pin code. Well, how to switch the light on? You need untwist it and twist again, and this should be a fast operation. It should be less than half a second, like this. And now it's red. The red is the first mode in the configuration line. The second mode is minimal white, then it's increasing, and this is probably the brightest one, full maximum. And full maximum with this particular flashlight is about 2500 lumens. And this flux, which is extraordinary for this size flashlight, is possible thanks to six white LEDs used here, not 3, 6. Our MINION runs in maybe 200 lumens, and to switch it to standby mode I need to untwist it for about 1 second and twist again. So the rule of the thumb for the standby mode is quite simple. Twist it quickly if you want to switch the modes. Untwist it and twist again after 1 second to activate standby mode with locator beacon. That's it. The next section is a little bit more complex, but it's very, very important, and it took a lot of time to figure out it and to implement it. So this is the modes and file system. Okay, it's maybe strange to hear about files in connection with this flashlight, but anyway, we call it file just because what is file? File is everything you can configure in this flashlight, which is grouped like a complete set of configuration parameters. And when you change a file, you change everything. So having 4 files here is similar to having 4 different flashlights for 4 different application areas. So if you tactical flashlight, you select tactical file here. If you want to use it inside your home, is a bed stand flashlight with motion sensing, for example, use specific file for that. And you can configure up to 4 different files, and in each file you can define the modes, the memory settings, the battery settings like protection, stretching, motion sensing parameters. Do you need motion sensing or not? Light sensing. What else? too many parameters, you know, how you would like to react on double twisting or double clicking. The complete set of configuration parameters is described in the link below. Use that link under this video. This document, it's again just 8-page long. It's not too complex, it's full of pictures. It's very easy to understand, really. But in this video I will show you just the basic tricks how to use files. First of all, 3.7.1 and 3.7.2 version 0.20 is the future development of 3.7.1D light engine, which had just 4 memory slots for programming. That means by the web you could program just only 4 modes, and that's it. It also had configuration for 1 battery and 2 battery configurations, you know, but in that particular case this flashlight can be only 1 battery, so the old engine was very limited in modes, and for that reason we decided to change things drastically. So now you can configure up to 8 modes for that battery in each file. That means you have 4 files, each file is up to 8 modes, and altogether it's 32 modes. It's quite a few. And now I will show you how to see which mode is active and how to select another mode. It's quite simple because we have 4 memory files here. I used pin code 4 just to activate the file selection procedure. So let me show you what is pin 4. Pin 4 is 4 flashes, then off and on after 1 second. Let me show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 second, and on. The indication that the file procedure selection is active is white and red lights blinking together. This is the only one case when that's possible. 1 flash is file number 1, 2 flashes, file number 2, and so on. If you want to select a file, for example number 2, you need to switch the lights after it flashed 2 times. Let's wait. 1, 1, 2, and switch it off. And now I have selected the file number 2. Let me explain you the factory settings of MINION flashlight. Again, you can reconfigure it how you want, but from the factory it already has 4 files preloaded. File number 1 and file number 2 are almost identical. The only difference is the mode order. File number 1 is from low to high, file number 2 is from high to low. As soon as I have selected file number 2, the flashlight will start from the highest mode. Let me show you. I switch the lights on, twisted it completely, and now in standby mode, and then I do this fast twisting, and now I can see it's brightest mode. The next twist reduced the mode, and so on till the red, and that's it. File number 1 and file number 2 has motion sensing enabled with the fast profile, so if you leave your flashlight staying on top like this, it will switch off after about 5 minutes. File number 3 is tactical mode. Let me show you what it is. Again, 4 fast flashes to activate file selection procedure. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch on. File number 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3. File number 3. I switched off, and now file number 3 is selected. File number 3 has no motion sensing, has no battery stretching. It's always running till complete battery discharge, and it's only 3 modes: red, 200 lumens, and maximum. That's it. We call it tactical. No memory, of course. Red, 200, and full maximum. Red, 200, and full maximum. That's simple. And the last file is file number 4, is for all kind of signals, flashing signals, beacons. I will not show you here. If you want to try it, use your MINION to try it and play with this. It will be like exercise for you. Okay, and now it's time to talk about double twisting and double clicking. What is that? Double clicking applies to the situation when you have a tail button, but in this flashlight we don't have it, and for that reason we will call this double twisting. Of course it's not handy with this construction, but anyway it's possible. And from factory in files number 1 and 2 we have this feature enabled, and it's configured to jump directly to the last mode. Let me show you. Because as I said before, double twisting is configured to jump directly to the last mode, and in this mode series the last mode is the highest mode. We should have this full maximum just in 2 twists. Let me show you. 1, 2, that's it. And what's interesting about this configuration, and what's interesting about this feature, if you double twist the second time, you will return to the original mode. Let me show you. 1, 2. And now it's switched to the minimal mode, which we had before we twisted to the highest mode. That's the theory of double twist operation. And also, as I said, it's fully configurable. You can disable double twisting or enable. You can also set what you would like to do when that happens. I think the most useful configuration is switching to the last mode, and you can configure what is the last mode. You can use double twist to access maximum mode or defense strobe or whatever you want by programming the last mode as the mode you want to be accessed by double twist. But also with special pin code, which is described in the documentation below under this video, you can configure different action. Instead of jumping directly to the last mode, you can configure step back. So if you set double twisting to perform step back, normal twist will move forward, for example increasing brightness, and double twist will do opposite action, decreasing the brightness. And now it's time to talk about batteries, and this is why I have different batteries here. This is battery what we called gold standard now. This is keep power 1200 milliamperes. It's very powerful battery, very nice one. This one is already rubbish, but years ago, maybe 5 years ago, it was also a gold standard, and I have it here just to show you the new feature. And first of all, we already had it in the previous development. This flashlight has built-in battery meter. If you use pin 111, you directly access to the voltage meter. Let me show you. 1, 1, 1, on. And it shows the voltage with the series of blinks. White is full volts, red is decimals. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. So it's 3.7 volts. But this is not what I wanted to show you. So what we know about batteries. Battery quality is critical for a flashlight like this, because this flashlight is kind of picky for battery internal resistance. So now you can test the battery. Battery testing procedure is simple. You insert the battery must be fully charged for that, and after load testing it returns with rating. Rating is 5-star rating, so 5-star is perfect, fantastic rating. 4 is very nice, 3 is more or less than 3 is nothing really special. Let me show you the difference between this battery and this black one. I use for that pin code 113. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3 on. So now it's increasing brightness. This is what we call load testing, and now we can see the rating. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is exceptional rating, very nice. We also have of course 5, but 5 is more likely result for future development. Maybe Tesla will do something which is 5. 5 is resistance close to 0. In 2020 we don't have batteries like that, so 4-star rating today is the gold standard. And now we will try this rubbish battery just to see the difference. insert, and again 1 1 3, 1 1 1 2 3, on. It's increasing brightness. It applies full load. Check the internal resistance, and now the rating. Rating is 2, and after 5 years it's still alive. It could be 1, like rubbish rating, but it's 2. You still can use it, but don't expect to be full maximum brightness available with this kind of battery. Okay guys, thanks for watching.